Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It is exactly 9:58 a.m. We're into our final interview for the morning. And today is the 9th of August 2022. Every year on this day, our country marks Women's Month. Well, rather, in August, we mark Women's Month. And on this day, we mark Women's Day. We also pay tribute to the more than 20,000 women who marched to the Union buildings on 9th August 1956 in protest against the extension of the Dom Pass laws to women, a system meant to control women even further and reduce women to passive beings at the mercy of men. And of course, that march went down in the annals of history. So let's talk to an amazing woman, a very strong woman in her own right, Thandi McCoy. She is with an organization called People Opposing Women Abuse, POWA. And let's understand what is the plight or the challenges of modern day women. How do we break the cycle of abuse? What are the types of conversations we need to be having with the men in our lives? How do we make them understand that women abuse is no, no, in whatever form it presents itself? Thandi McCoy, a very good morning to you. Happy Women's Day, strength and love to you on this very special day. Thank you indeed for being with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, and happy Women's Day to you and to your listeners.
Thank you indeed. Now, it's a lovely day for you and I and women and the rest of South Africa having a wonderful public holiday. But there are huge issues we are dealing with in the country. One of those very big issues is abuse, all forms of abuse against women, femicide being the worst of it, and then issues around, even subtle abuse against women, name calling, belittling a woman, the expectations that the men have of the women in their lives. What is POWA all about, and how are you helping to change those narratives?
POWA is a non-profit feminist organization established in 1979. So we have been running for 53 years now, and we offer various services to women. We provide counseling, sheltering, legal services, advocacy, and skills development opportunities to women, which are all free of charge. And we also provide awareness in communities on various GBV related issues, as well as sector strengthening across the country, where we train organizations on various aspects of domestic violence so that they can better address it. So the narrative we're trying to change is that it's okay to keep silent about abuse. We're saying it's not okay to keep silent about abuse. Women need to speak out about it so that they can get the help and the support they need to aid and to move on to a better life. So basically, those are POWA's services and some of the narratives that we are trying to change. And also another narrative we are changing is this whole thing of, no, it's okay. You can rely on your husband, your partner, and your husband can look after you. It's fine. You don't have to study and whatever. We are trying to change that. We're saying to women, you must study. You must get a skill of some kind so that you can generate an income, so that if you are ever in an abusive relationship, it's easier for you to move out of that relationship, because many women stay stuck in abusive relationships because they are financially dependent on their partners.
So, Thandi, I think it's great work that you're doing. You're upskilling women, you're providing shelters, you're helping women heal themselves as well. But what about the abusive partner? It ain't going to work if we only work with the female partner in the relationship. In many cases, we know, as you've rightly pointed out, that women remain on in a relationship because of financial dependence on their partner. But there are also instances where, there is genuine love there. They look at their partner and think, this is a broken person. He needs help. And if he gets the right help, our marriage does have a chance to survive. How do we address that?
POWA is focused on providing counseling to women, but we do work on with an organization called ADAPT, and that stands for Agisanang Domestic Abuse Prevention and Training Program. The acronym is ADAPT. So you can Google ADAPT, and they do provide counseling to men. And as POWA, we are seeing that in order to address GBV, we need to involve men in the fight more. So we recently had a men's dialogue in March where we got men together to talk about various aspects of abuse. And one very strong theme that came through that dialogue is that men are raised that they're not allowed to cry, they're not allowed to talk about their own traumas and their worries and vulnerabilities. And that's very dangerous because then men end up bottling their negative emotions and not learning how to express negative emotions in healthy ways. And that can lead to them lashing out and being abusive towards men and children or women and children. So we are, as POWA, realizing the importance of getting men involved in the fight against GBV, and that's why we had the dialogue earlier on in the year. And we are also calling for more investment in programs for men in addressing the scourge of gender-based violence. And we feel that these programs for men will go a long way in addressing their behavioral issues and negative attitudes towards women.
Absolutely crucial. I'm so glad you've given me that name, because I certainly would like to engage with them on my show, possibly as early as tomorrow. So thank you indeed. What are we celebrating this year regarding women? And I know every year we have different themes. And then how do we practically stick with the particular theme for the rest of the year?
Okay. So the theme for this Women's Month is women's socio-economic rights and empowerment, building back better for women's improved resilience. So
Wow.
basically with that, we definitely need more corporates to come on board and give women skills development opportunities, opportunities for jobs, housing, land, and various income generating initiatives. Because, like I was saying earlier, many women stay stuck in these abusive relationships because they are financially dependent on their partner. So this issue of promoting women's socioeconomic rights is very important. Currently, POWA is in partnership with JOCO, where every 1 rand of a JOCO 100 pack sold comes to POWA. And as part of the partnership that we are running together with T Brand JOCO, we are running various skills development programs for women, including baking, sewing, giving women the opportunity to get their driver's licenses. We're also teaching them nail care, eyelash extension, wig making. And this program is very, very powerful, empowering
Right.
in giving women skills so that they can generate an income. Yeah.
Okay, so you've raised something pretty important. Thandi, you've raised something quite important. You're talking about upskilling women. So we are talking about women who possibly come from poorer backgrounds. That's not suggesting that affluent women or educated women don't, are not in abusive relationships. Very many educated women suffer similar tragedies, and I'm going to talk about it in that way. It's a tragedy that a woman has to experience GBV of any form.
Definitely. Yeah, because even though our services are mainly focused on women from disadvantaged communities, we have counseled women from more affluent backgrounds, and they put up with abuse, and it's difficult for them to leave because they're thinking, you know, what will people say if I
Mm.
leave? And if I do leave, I am going to let go of the lifestyle that I have, the swimming pool, the tea parties, the clothes, so I'm going to let go of the lifestyle. But I was speaking to this other woman, and she was saying, I might now live in a smaller home, I might not now have less money, I might not have the same affluent lifestyle I had before, but I'm so glad I left because now I'm happier and I have peace of mind, and that is priceless.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Thandi, in closing, talk to us about the concept of generation equality, a global campaign.
Generation equality. So I know that that is working to promote gender equality because it is patriarchy and gender inequality that are the root causes of gender-based violence.
Okay, your message for the women listening into us this morning, for today and the rest of Women's Month and for the rest of their lives, what would it be?
My message to women is that abuse is not and never okay, and you deserve to be in a relationship where you are treated with love, respect, and dignity. And if you or someone you know is suffering abuse, you can contact Power for Counseling on 011 or 6 or 011 and you can email us on counseling@power.co.za, or you can send a DM to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page for free for counseling. All our counseling services are free of charge. If you want more information on Power, you can go to our website at www.power.co.za.
Thandi McCoy, thank you indeed. Talking to us about obviously Women's Day, gender based violence, and people opposing women abuse, and that is POWA, a very powerful organization assisting women who are in very abusive relationships. Have yourself a wonderful Women's Day and keep up the great work.
Okay, thank you. You should also have a great Women's Day.
Thank you indeed. God bless. It is 11 after 10 o'clock. Next up, Juice 10 by Sheikh Mahir Al Muaykali. And time for me to wrap up. Shukran very much for being with me on the show this morning. Till tomorrow morning, the same time as always. Stay safe. And it is Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz from me, Julie Ali.